reasons right from the start. Wanted a ruler to be my part. Had two advances following after my name. My family also felt the same.
Martin, for instance, became the only musician, as far as I know, ever to perform a solo on a toilet. He salvaged a toilet bowl from a demolition site, and to this he connected a length of hose pipe and a trombone mouthpiece, and he actually played it. But the pièce de résistance, it sounded, by the way, what did it sound like? It sounded sort of like a French horn might sound if a French horn could fart. But the pièce de résistance was the sort of bluesy wah-wah effect that he got from opening and closing the toilet lid. This was the Admiral Drake. This was a typical night of the Admiral Drake. What happened after that? Oh yes, there were loud demands once again from the stripper. And we said no way. But we were bribed, I think, with vast quantities of beer. But this time, the featured artiste, as the tom-tom started, boom, 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 boom. The featured artiste was the landlady, the old dragon herself, who stripped down to her black bra and panties, which was a more shocking sight even than a naked marine. And she had to be physically restrained by her husband from going further. Meanwhile, the parrot is screeching, "You bloody bastard! You bloody bastard!" And where could we possibly go from there? Well, the only way, of course, was down.
Star Warsaw had lived for years in a radical feminist, lesbian separatist commune, which was very well known in Seattle. It was in a condemned big house, purple house, with a big woman sign on the side of the house facing the freeway, like a banner that you'd see driving into Seattle. And these women didn't speak to men at all. They didn't acknowledge men, not even in the grocery store. And that's what they were well known for. They'd have huge barbecues where all of the most militant lesbians would materialize from every corner of the state of Washington, all over the unkempt lawn. And they'd blast Sweet Honey in the Rock, and they had mullets. They all had mullets and Hawaii shirts and big chips on their shoulders because they weren't nice. You know, separatists aren't friendly. And so when Star told me this, I thought, no, you gotta be kidding. How do you go from that extreme to this? To, you know, living over a punk club with this guy. And she told me that one day, out of the blue, living in the commune, she happened to see a picture of Joey Ramone.